We talked earlier about Tropical Storm Isaac and the Republican National Convention next week. If you're going there or to the Democratic Convention the following week, bargains will be hard to find.
Very hard. CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg is here with how events this big impact the travel. So it's not just conventions. This happens anytime there's something
The
major
Super Bowl,
in the
the
city.
Olympics, anytime you have a city that's bidding for something like this, the rates go up. And they go way up.
I was going to say, they don't just go up a little bit, Peter.
No.
For example,
in Tampa, the hotel room rates are averaging 132% over what they would normally be at this time of the year. In Charlotte, about 121%. That's not unusual, but you have to start to dissect the numbers, meaning they thought they were going to have like 50,000 room nights in Tampa, then it went up to 75,000. Now they're nearing 90,000 room nights, so they're claiming they're all sold out. Well, actually, they're not, because just like the Olympics, there's a big deal of difference between a booked room and a blocked room. We're talking about blocks of rooms that the DNC got or the RNC got that are starting to come out now.
Yeah.
But still, they're getting a 4-night minimum. If you want to book a room right now, it's a 4-night minimum. Maybe it's at $800 a night.
and how are they able to charge so high?
Because they can.
Just because
So
they
it's the
can.
law of
That's-
supply. It's
yeah.
the law of supply and demand. But if you do a comparison, go one day after the Republican convention in Tampa, and the rates go off a cliff. And the same thing happens in Charlotte, which is normal.
So is anything wrong with this?
Well, the thing is, in terms of how you book your travel, you want to book around it. Meaning you don't necessarily book at a 4-night minimum at a hotel there. Go 50 miles outside of town.
Yeah,
when people come to New York all the time, 50 miles out is a 1-hour drive.
That's a lot, Peter.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
Look, when people come to New York, they always want to stay where? In Midtown. And I say, no, don't stay in Midtown Manhattan. Stay in Brooklyn. Get on the subway. You'll be in Midtown in 6 minutes.
How about airfares? Yeah.
When was the last time- When was the last time you booked 50 miles outside of a town where you went to go visit?
Last
To an
week.
event.
50 miles outside of Paris? 50 miles outside of London?
50 miles outside of Paris is Euro Disney. Come on, you can do it. Peter.
I'm with Charlie, Peter. Let's move on to airfares.
Sure, same difference
Change
here.
there, too.
You want to go to Tampa right now, it's an average of $500 a ticket. Next week, down to $255. You want to go to Charlotte right now, $272. It goes down, or actually $222 goes down to $146. So you see that drop off. And if you plan appropriately, that day after, same thing with the Olympics, right off a cliff.
And
Okay.
big advantage for the cities?
Yeah.
Well, the big advantage for the cities is easy. When they did the Democratic Convention in Denver, they raised about $266 million in regional income in terms of economic impact. And when they had the Republican Convention in 2000 in Minneapolis, it was about $170 million. But here's the myth. The myth is that all the restaurants are going to do bigger business. All the attractions are going to do business. They don't, because people don't leave the convention site. They don't. So the local businesses are not going to get the spike they think they're going to get.
Yeah. But I mean, is it wrong for hotels because of supply and demand for that week to charge more?
It's not wrong to charge more. I think it gets a little bit crazy when they start charging 6 times more.
Yeah. So it's a question of how much.
Exactly.
All right. Good to see you.
Yeah.